welcome to another reaction to Force 13, the Eastern Pacific. We're doing it from like a chronological order. I think this is going to be one of the more interesting ones, that there won't be any sort of dull seasons, just pure Eastern Pacific as it gets, because it's one of the most interesting basins, of course. Just seasonally, a lot of different activity, always keep your eyes on that basin. And without further ado, this is a 1959 Pacific Hurricane Season animation reaction. Let's go. Right, we're going to extratropical cyclone in January in the Central Pacific. This is between 170 degrees west to the international date line, unnamed tropical cyclone. And it moves towards some land masses, probably somewhat close to what's that one atoll that is really far west? I can't quite remember the full name of it. But I mean, it's the entire 2 months of no activity in the basin. I mean, January tropical cyclones are quite, they're very rare actually, because there's not really any support other than that rare case of southwards from extratropical cyclone, because that's very far south for an extratropical cyclone, which is typically at much higher latitudes. But in the Central Pacific, they actually sort of dip slightly down and more southwards, but often they don't occlude enough for a tropical cyclone to become tropical. 1E in June, within the beginning of the season, and moves into the Gulf of California as a fast-moving tropical depression right over the Sonoran Desert. 2E now as well. I do like the fact that it's new animation icons. And moving due westerly into the hostile isotherm between that point where it rapidly declines. 3E as well, similarly due westerly, and it weakens quite quickly as well once a July period now as well. For an Eastern Pacific, it really can't, like, you don't know, but the category 5 system could form all of a sudden within a depending on the conditions. Like, you can sort of tell when it's favourable. Like, this is not quite favourable conditions, and it moves somewhat more northerly in latitude, especially in the Central Pacific. There's a little more of a favourable isotherm. 5E as well. It's moving too far north already, so it's going to weaken pretty quickly. It's going to continue to move west into towards the Central Pacific point. It was quite close, but not quite there. This is 1C. It's actually interesting how far east that is. But yeah, we have DOT from the 1C, a tropical cyclone from the Central Pacific that actually formed as an invest. Now we got 6 and then we got 70 as well. But this is the interesting one. This is Hurricane Dot, category 4 major hurricane, like probably 125 knots. It's a direct hit. Yeah, it's a direct hit on the Hawaiian island chain, the archipelago. Pretty close to where Iniki made landfall in 1992, but a direct hit, likely an eyewall impact. That means 8E is another one moving very far northerly latitude, but it's actually moving towards California. The northern Baja becomes a tropical low, so probably like 30-mile-per-hour winds. We're looking at quite a lot of rainfall. Still interesting to see that tropical cyclone even takes that path, because you just don't see it very often. Like last year, not really any. This year, not really anything so far. A bit of an eye-opener. 9E. Okay, we've got an actual Central Pacific-based tropical cyclone. The fact that they zoomed very far out suggests that they might move quite north in latitude. So we've got Hurricane Patsy that is moving indeed quite far north, equivalent to the northern Baja California, now to the same latitude as a hurricane to San Diego. 10E making a category 1 hurricane landfall as well, by the way, near Cabo San Lucas, and up the other Patsy moves as extratropical towards the Lucian Island chain. Due north. 13E, now going into the unfavourable isotherm point, but it actually becomes category 1 because it's actually September, a favourable climatological point where the isotherms actually push northwards and they warm up. 3C, now the third tropical cyclone, by the way, Central Pacific, third one. Last year we had 2 tropical cyclones, but we had this tropical storm Wanda, which is moving towards Hilo and the Big Island of Hawaii. Sometimes I wonder if the influence of rainfall is enough to affect the Kilauea volcano. Because 14E. Hopefully they have like rainfall totals at the end, so we know. 15E now as well. Moving. This one's just more of the CAG, sort of the Central Pacific Gyre sort of formation. This is the 15E. This is the big tropical cyclone because it says Mexico on it. It's going to be likely a Category 4 intensity landfall. Yeah, significant landfall there. This is also Guantanamo, quite close to that region. Not central pressure. Yeah, it's a deadly storm basin. This is the thing about the tropical cyclone, and that's the weather map behind it as well. I would actually let me go quickly back behind. You can see the map here. Let me go here. So you see behind, you see these little arrow markers. The different bearings. It might be temperature, dew point, station potentially, the ship report, maybe the report. Yeah, the different station reports. It seems. It's different latitudinal points. It appears that's the Mexican landmass. There's a tropical cyclone. There's the isobars, quite tight, quite large. 1,005 millibars around the large part of the circulation. So we're generally probably quite low environmental pressure conditions. Probably like 1,000, maybe like 1,009 millibars. You can see 28 here. I think these might be geopotential high. Actually, are these? No, I mean this one looks like a report. 654. This one's got a circle next to it. But it's over that landmass there. Well, it's interesting map there, unnamed. I mean, it's 4 tropical cyclones actually on the Central Pacific. As I say, last year had 2. Before 2024 had the first tropical cyclone in like 6 years. Hone, of course, everyone knows that now. But yeah, 135 knots actually for the tropical cyclone. With that, I'll see you in the next animation.